What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, Treyarch dropped another dev talk for multiplayer updates, and they came out with some good stuff. So let's see what they have to say, and we'll talk about some of their changes to the Black Ops 7. Before we get started, leave a like, leave a comment on what y'all think about the new update, and hit that subscribe button. It's free. Let's get right into this. All right.
Hey everyone, Matt Schrantz, Design Director at Treyarch, back again to talk about some updates for multiplayer in Black Ops 7. Okay, so the first topic I want to touch on is the whole aim down sights, ADS, while sliding, diving, wall jumping top.
So, playing Black Ops 7 beta, having to use a perk to aim down sight to do all the new movement, the wall jump, the sliding, is annoying. It should just be by default, and hopefully they say this.
So in the beta, that did require you to take the Dexterity perk. The team looked at all of our options and ultimately landed on providing the most fluid experience by default, which does mean
let's go
reintroduce the ability to aim down sights while
that's a W.
Diving and wall jumping by default. You do not need to take the Dexterity perk. Dexterity will still speed up those interactions, sprint to fire, slide to fire, but you will not need Dexterity perk to ADS while doing those actions.
So that's a really good update, and I think though that they need to change Dexterity. Dexterity needs to be combined with something else, maybe add it with lightweight, but just having you do those things faster, I guess, but like, do you really want to take a perk just to do something faster? Probably not. We'll have to see how it plays out and what the use of the Dexterity perk is. So, I mean, hopefully they can combine it with a different perk, but we'll see.
Okay, next one I want to touch on is just to reconfirm a topic I touched on in our last dev update about Footstep Volume.
I will say that during the Black Ops 7 beta, I didn't have an issue. Now, to be fair, we didn't play any game modes that required you to have silent footsteps. We didn't play Search and Destroy. I didn't play Search and Destroy. They did have it, but I'm saying, like, for the most of the game modes, like, you really didn't need Ninja, right? Or Dead Silence. So let's see what they did here.
Have slightly increased the volume of our footsteps in multiplayer. We're very happy with where they're at, where it's going to incentivize more stealth play styles without over-indexing on the need for the Ninja perk. Okay, next I want to touch on where we've landed with our slide tune.
I will say this. Sliding in Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, I dubbed it the booty sliding Call of Duty. That's what I dubbed it. I think at the end of the day, sliding is too, with the fact that you can wall jump and slide, there's too much movement when you're approaching a scenario. In a shooter, Call of Duty, I understand that there's two versions. You have the boots on the ground version, and then you have like the wall running jetpack version. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 have been the boots on the ground version. Sliding to me is not realistic, and it shouldn't be as useful as it is now. It is literally the movement around the map. If you are not sliding to get around the map, you're not playing the game right. It's just the way the game is. For me, I don't think that their slide should be that powerful, because too many people can slide in any direction, backwards, forward. It's not a realistic mechanic. So when you're going around a corner and you're ready for a gunfight, people can slide in at you, back at you, then jump off a wall, then, you know, do some random thing. They just need to tone it back. It needs to be slower. It needs to be less. The distance needs to be less. If you want to slide farther, you should have to use a perk. Let's see what he has to say.
Coming out of the beta for launch, alongside that Dexterity change and the ADS change, we have slowed down the slide speed a bit, and we reduced the distance a bit, but I promise you, it still feels great. It still feels fluid, but we want to make sure that that's not...
I do want the slide to feel good if I have to do it, but it's just too much for Black Ops 6 and a little bit of the beta. A lot of people are using it, so a little nerf to it would be nice.
The only way you can enter in an engagement. Okay, another movement topic I want to touch on are our mantles. So we saw the feedback, we agree. Some of the mantles felt a little slow, so the team is going through every single mantle in the game to make sure that we have a consistent speed and fill, and everything feels fast and fluid. The next one,
with all the jumping that you have to do in the game, you know, the wall jumping to a ledge, the mantle speed in the beta felt very slow, and it was like a death sentence. And it's like, I don't want to do the jump, because then I feel like I'm gonna get stuck trying to climb this wall, and I don't want to do that. So luckily Luckily, they said that they're going to change and upgrade the speed, so that's good. So let's see. Perk distribution changes.
It's a meaty topic, and it's about our perks and our perk distribution.
I made a whole YouTube video. I'll leave that video in the description below about how I would change the perks and combine perks. So let's see what they did here.
Got a lot of feedback. We made some changes ahead of beta coming out of our blog. A lot of you had a lot of feedback on that, which we appreciate. But the big changes that we're going to focus on here for launch are: 1, we want to make sure that we are incentivizing and allowing for varied play styles. 2, we saw a lot of feedback on how stacked slot 1 was. So we've made some adjustments there that I think you're going to be happy with. And then 3, there were some kind of niche underutilized perks. So we've actually made some combinations of perks to make those
really good
decisions. And
I'm glad they said that they will be combining perks, because when I did my perk video, I combined a lot of perks. So let's see what they say.
Places. Okay, let's get into the details.
Oh wow, they're actually going to
change. We've actually moved Tech Mask to slot 2 from slot 1.
Yes, exactly, and I'm pretty sure he's going to say this, but Flat Jacket and Tech Mask need to be separated. You should be able to go full tank build if you're going to play, against players that are using, grenades and tacticals.
That's going to allow for classes like Flak Jacket,
right here. Oh, this is perfect right here.
Guardian for a very strong support tanky class. We've moved Tac Sprinter to slot 1 from slot 3. Looper.
Hold on, let's go back. What did he say?
From slot. We've moved.
So in 1, Tac Sprint, Gung Ho, Lightweight, Ghost, Ninja, Gearhead, Flat Jacket. Again, why are these two together? These two need to be separated. Ghost and Ninja need to be separated. Ninja needs to be in the 3rd slot or whatever. This is an L right here. L right here. Obviously, Flat Jacket and Tech Mask being a plus, that's good. But this is a point of a stealth class. To be off the UAV and to be silent where people can't hear you. That's the bones. That's the bones of a ghost class. So the fact that they're in the same tier is going to force you to have to use, perk greed.
Tac Sprinter to slot 1 from slot 3. Looper to slot 3.
I don't like this. If they're going to continue to play this bullshit game where they continue to have us have to use a perk to earn kill streaks over and over again without dying, they should give you bankroll as well. So in the beta, they moved it to 2. Is this? Yeah, this was in 2 because it was in 3, then it was in 2. That way you could run Looper and bankroll. But now you again have to run a. I don't know how I feel about this. I just wish it was not a perk. I wish it was default.
From slot 2, and that's going to let you loop your score streaks. Cold-Blooded is going to slot 3 from slot 1, and that's going to allow for full stealth classes like Ghost, Ninja, and Cold-Blooded.
But you have to use a perk. You have to use perk greed for that, though. So what do you mean? You should be able to use a full stealth class without using a perk greed. And then when you want to go extra, you use the perk greed.
With a wild card, of course. Scavenger is going back to slot 2 from slot 1.
I don't care about Scavenger.
Getting into the combinations of those underutilized perks.
To me, Scavenger is such a, it's a weird perk. It's like, the game is so fast and you can easily have 2 weapons that resupplying your ammo just, it's such it should be combined with something.
Perks that I touched on. So first up, Shadow, which allows you to move by traps without setting them off, has been added to Engineer. So that's going to be a fun perk where... That
is really good. Engineers see enemy equipment and score streaks through walls, aid them to see target information. You do not trigger traps or mines. So that's good. Combining 2 perks. Love that.
You can actually see enemy equipment through the world and then also approach it and not set those traps off. Vendetta, which allows you to see the location of your previous killer, has been added to Assassin. So if you...
That's really cool. On response to your kills, that makes sense. It's the same type of perk.
Single player on the enemy team.
Kill streaking enemies are marked on your minimap and drop bounty. On respawn, see killer's last known position.
This is going to be your...
Yeah, because if you're dying to the same person over and over again and they're going on a streak, this whole assassin perk should be able to do that, and it does now. Because if not, you'd have to run 2 perks that have really nothing to do with the game mode itself. It's about your revenge on a player. But this allows you to be more effective because now you get more score.
Perk. So one for our melee players, we've actually added Bruiser.
This was really good.
Increased health regen and score for melee kills to close shave. So if you want to go all in on that melee playstyle, this is going to be the perk for you.
Yeah, automatically use detected melee when you perform weapon, and then they had a different perk where it was melee kills replenish health and earn extra score. The fact that they put it together is a win. Like, that's what we want. We want to feel like superheroes.
Hunter's Instinct, which gives you intel.
I liked Hunter's Instinct, I will say that.
On a nearby enemy.
It was a red perk.
After a kill has been added to Tracker. So that's all about tracking your enemy location.
This is really good. See enemy footsteps in the world. Aim down sight auto pings enemies. Killing an enemy shows the direction of the next closest enemy on your minimap. I started using Hunter's Instinct at the end of the beta, and I really enjoyed it because when there's not UAVs on the map, you can get the tag of the closest, closest enemy, and it would give you like a direction of where they're coming from, and it just made you more aware. Now you're gonna also, now they combine it with Tracker, which gives you footsteps and auto pings enemies. So not only is it going to be, selfishly right for enemies footsteps in the world, and you can see the closest, you also get the auto pings. That's going to be awesome.
And then one that I'm super excited about, we've actually added Quartermaster, which recharges your equipment to Gearhead, and that has moved to slot 1. And if you're all about the
so love this. 2 field upgrade charges, makes sense. Booby trap care packages, recharge equipment over here. That should go together. These are such awesome updates.
If you're all about the field upgrades and the equipment, this is going to be the perk for you. So with all of these changes to our perks, the team is very excited. We think you'll be very excited. And of course, we're very much looking forward to your feedback. Okay, next up, I want to touch on what we're doing with Aim Assist in Black Ops 7. So first off, we're looking very closely at the data.
Because I'm a controller player, and there are a lot of times as a controller player, I feel like I get beamed, and it's like, what happened here? Like, I don't have that bad of aim, and I know we're both using the same weapon, shooting at the same thing. Like, what happened here?
And the data says that controller players are winning slightly more in close range engagements, and then keyboard mouse players are winning slightly more in those long range engagements. Okay. So what we're going to do here is to try to close that gap, take a very close look at the strength of aim assist across all of those ranges. And then additionally, we are looking at rotational aim assist and the requirement for your right aim stick to be moving in the direction of your target. We'll have more concrete details to share soon. That's my time for today. Of course, we have more details.
How in depth can you get? How do you know how far I'm pushing the thing to? Whoa, that's deep. Remember we used to talk about back at Call of Duty Black Ops, all these Call of Duties where they have like, skill-based aiming, skill-based anything. So let's see
on maps, modes, weapons, and progression as we head into launch.
I can't wait to see the maps. But there you guys have it. There's some cool updates on the beta. I think these are some good things. I don't like the fact that Ninja and Ghost are in the same tier. I do like the combination of the perks. I don't like that Looper went back down with Bankroll, right? You want a whole kill streak class. You can't do it now unless you use a perk greed. So again, I don't like the perk greed thing, but it is what it is. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave a comment on what y'all think about these updates, and subscribe. It's free. See you guys in the next one. Peace.